What's up, you guys? I'm here with a new video today. We're here to do a different kind of discussion for our upcoming ban list, either this month or next month, April or May 2018. I'm actually titling this video, What the Ban List Actually Should Do for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm doing this because I noticed a lot of channels do ban list predictions. I think they're absolutely amazing, to tell you the truth. I actually sit through and watch pretty much all of them. I've seen Simo's, I've seen my boy Team Samurai's, I've seen a lot of different ones, and I'll be honest, I think they're very good. I think they're really good for what they do for the community. Even though a lot of people get annoyed by them, they feel that, oh, why are you making a prediction when, we don't have any proof or anything? We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when we're getting the list. They said no sooner than April, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm just going to break down what I feel should happen for our game. As a competitive player, as a competitive channel, I feel that by going to these YCSs, by going to these regionals, this is what I want to see happen in our format. And I'm only going to address the main decks of the format. I know there's a lot of them. I know there's a lot of different decks. I feel this is one of the most open formats in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's been a long time coming. So I actually have not completely despised this format. I felt that all the options we've had, all the different decks we could play, all the different tech choices we could make in our main or our side, it really made for what I considered a very healthy format. Now, while people may not agree with that due to, the amount of people playing Pendulum Magician and True Draco, I still feel that it was a great format for Yu-Gi-Oh! I never played Pendulum and I never played True Draco. I decided to play other decks, and our format is still going. So we have YCS Memphis coming up, as well as ARG San Jose. Hopefully this video will be up before ARG San Jose, which I will be attending. Will be my first ARG, but I just want to talk about what I feel the best, the best options are here for our list. I feel that this way we address more so what needs to be done instead of just predicting, oh, this might happen, oh, this might not happen. So that's what I pretty much want to cover. I feel that it'll be really good. But first and foremost, I do have a couple Patreons I want to shout out. I'd like to shout out my boy Simon Mayer. I hope I pronounce your name right, bro. He was my first Patreon. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And of course, my boy Andrew Amir. That's my homie for life. Always see him at events and whatnot. Thank you for pledging, you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I do have a Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, links in the description. But anyways, I spent enough time talking about this. We're going to break it down. Number one deck of the format right now is arguably Pendulum Magician. What needs to be done to that deck? I've actually held polls and stuff on Yu-Gi-Oh! Amino, and I've seen a lot of polls in Zodiac Duelist, and I've even held a little bit of a community discussion here on the community tab, and I feel that Pendulum Magician is quite simple. If we're addressing the standard build, I feel ASTROGRAPH Sorcerer needs to get hit. That card is absolutely insane. Like, the card's amazing. I think the card really makes the deck something else. I think the card is so cool. What it does is insane, and I feel that the best way to get around, to make Pendulum Magician a little more, I guess if you want to call it balanced, is put ASTROGRAPH Sorcerer to 1. I'm not going to outright ban it. I know a lot of people want it banned. I just don't want to outright ban it. I feel that it's a really strong monster, and you know what? As a one-of, even though it can come back and stuff, I feel that it's better to have it at 1 than to completely take that option away, because I'm not going to butcher every single deck in the game. I'm going to do my best not to, but I feel that that's a card that definitely needs to go to 1. As far as the FTK goes, I'm sorry, but you need to ban the Nightingale. The Nightingale is the reason why the FTK exists. You could hit the Starving Venom or the other, I don't even know, to be honest, what the dragons are. The Dark Venom dragons, the one that deals 85, but it's Nightingale. It's Nightingale that literally makes that FTK possible. So for that reason, I feel that that definitely needs to, unfortunately, get banned. I'm not really ever big on banning cards, but I feel that it needs to get banned because it produces an FTK. On that same notion, we could cover Gem Knight FTK real quick. I don't even remember what the main card is that like burns them to death, or if there's one that copies it. I feel that it's whichever one copies or whichever one is the burning. I know there's a rare, and I know there's another one. I'm sure I'll find it. You guys will see the picture here. I just don't actually know the name of it, because to be honest with you, I feel that Gem Knight FTK, if you pull it off, good for you. If you don't pull it off, well, there's plenty of hand traps in this format. So I feel as good as people think it is to go in with a deck strategy like that, I feel players are more prepared. So I do want to do away with the FTKs. That's the main thing I'll talk about. I feel that that's to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Healthy again, is take away the FTKs. So take away Nightingale and take away the, I don't know if it's Lapis or Diamond. I don't even know what it is, but that Gem Knight that's up here in this picture, that I don't remember the name of it, but I'm sure I'll remember it by the time I find the picture for you guys. But yeah, I feel do away with the Gem Knight FTK, do away with the Pendulum FTK, and that'll, solve some of the problems. Other cards in Pendulum Magician, to be honest, like some people think you should hit more of the magicians. I don't think so. I think just leave it alone. You know, some of them play the trap, some of them don't, some of them side it. Like, don't even bother with that. Wavering Eyes is not even an issue. I feel, you know, people want to talk about hitting Duelist Alliance, hitting all these random cards, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. You know, I'm definitely not for that. I feel like that's not necessary. Like I said, I think just hit the Astrograph Sorcerer, since it really is one of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck. So I think if we do that, I feel that'll slow down the deck enough. And, you know, I'm sure there'll be other possible hits that people can think of, but again, that's what the comment section is for. On to the next deck, of course, there's True Draco. Now, True Draco, I really don't want to ban cards, and everyone is saying, I want to see Masterpiece banned, I want to see it gone, you know, blah, blah, blah. To be honest, the main problems of this deck, you guys, they come in the form of Diagram and Masterpiece. The best way to really kind of substitute this would be to put Diagram to 1 and maybe Masterpiece to 1. Again, I might be being lenient. I know a lot of you guys are just like outright ban Masterpiece. I hate that card, you know. But again, I'm going to try to be lenient and try to leave them at 1. They'd still be searchable, so I mean, you could still somewhat play the deck and the deck wouldn't completely die. So definitely Diagram, though, I feel needs to go to 1 because it's too splashable in other decks. So I feel that if you do away with that, it'll definitely you know, put the deck in check. Other support cards, I guess, for while we're on the topic of True Draco, everyone's talking about Card Demise. Now, what should happen to Card Demise? Let's face it, you guys, there's a lot of draw cards in the game, and I know Card Demise is insane, but we do play Ash Blossom. We do have ways to counter that card. To be lenient, I'll say put Card Demise to 2. That was actually a suggestion you guys had in the community tab. You know, I do read these, and I feel that if you do that, like, you know, that'll pretty much keep the deck at a little slower pace. So definitely hitting, you know, those cards in True Draco, I think, would slow the deck down a lot. You don't need to hit any of the Floodgate traps. Those Floodgates have been around forever. So that's basically what I'd hit in True Draco. Moving on to TRICKSTAR. Now, TRICKSTAR is pretty simple. I only want one card handled, and that's TRICKSTAR Reincarnation. I finally felt the sting of getting Joel reincarnated at YCS Salt Lake. I was playing my homie. It's all good, you know. It happens. It finally needed to happen. I avoided it for so long playing against TRICKSTARs, and it finally happened. I feel that obviously the only card I really want touched is TRICKSTAR Reincarnation. I'm not going to outright ban it. I'm going to put it to 1. Again, I don't want to ban a lot of cards unless they create FTKs. And I feel that even if you get Joel reincarnated, that deck cannot really kill you unless they've really set up a lot and set it up to where you're going to get burned to death and they have multiple Lycrises, etc. So I feel that if we just hit TRICKSTAR Reincarnation to 1, that will put the deck in check. So that's all I'm touching on TRICKSTARs. I don't feel there's other things that need to be touched. Now we're going to move on to one of my favorite decks, Mech Knight Invoked in general. Now, people are saying that engine needs to go, but I'll be honest, you guys, it's not like the be-all, end-all. Like, ALEISTER, you know, there's so many ways to counter ALEISTER. There's so many ways to get around, you know, the way Invoked plays. People are like, oh, hit Invocation, hit Meltdown. I mean, no. Like, putting ALEISTER to 1 might be the only thing people want, or put ALEISTER to 2, but, you know, at the same time, we have copies of Terraforming. We have the ability to search things. And I know another thing people were talking about is, should we hit Terraforming? I mean, to be honest, I could see it happening, and I could see Terraforming going to 2 or 1. And I say that because Terraforming just there's so many good cards it can search. Like, there's Union Hanger for ABC, there's Diagram, there's Meltdown, there's, you know, there's so many different, you know, field spells. You even have a Still Spiral Resort, even though it's at 1. Like, you can still search out a lot of cards. So, to be honest, as far as Invoked goes, I mean, maybe I'm being biased because I really like the deck. I wouldn't touch it, to be honest. Maybe people are like, put Mechaba to 1. I mean, I guess. I know, again, I'm being biased. Don't touch the Mech Knights. They're too new. They're too cool. Leave them alone. One mistake I'll say they definitely made, though, and we'll just touch upon it right now. Scapegoat and Mind Control. Why are those cards at 3? Like, for real, why are those cards at 3? That is dumb. Really, really dumb. I'm sorry. Those cards are broken. I'd put those cards back to 1. Keep them in check. I feel you do that, that'll definitely take away some of the cheesy wins that the Mech Knights and just Invoked in general can pull off. But I guess, to be biased, ALEISTER to 1 or 2, I guess. Don't touch Meltdown. Meltdown's whatever. Terraforming possibly to 1 or 2. Keep the deck in check as well as keep other decks in check that utilize field spells. Now on to, of course, my baby. 60 card, you know, brick, million engines in 1. Everyone is saying it. You gotta hit Brilliant Fusion. I'm with Doug. I just can't do it. I, in my heart, can't do it. I can't not play Garnet. I can't not play Brilliant Fusion. Do I feel the engine is extremely strong? Without a shadow of a doubt. Do I feel that it could potentially get limited? Yeah, I do. I'm going to admit it even though I don't want to. I'm sorry, Doug, if you watch this video. I share the same love of Brilliant Fusion and Garnet that you do. Not as much as you do, but I do share the love and I do know the power as many other players do. But I do believe I could see Brilliant Fusion possibly going to 1, only because it really does so much for that deck. It does so much for 60 cards in general, and the engine is just something you can splash in a lot of decks, and they go apeshit with it. Same thing goes for like World Chalice. Other things in grass. Now, this is an interesting thing. I've heard many people say they want that grass looks greener to come to 3, and they want snow to go to 1. That's actually pretty smart. Snow really is the problem. I love snow to death. Everyone knows it. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. Problem is, that card is too broken. That card does need to go probably to 1. And if grass came to 3, I mean, okay, you're milling a lot of stuff, but with 1 snow, once that snow gets dealt with and it's banished for good, you won't get it back. So I definitely could see snow going to 1. I actually don't think grass would come to 3, though, unless they want to mimic the OCG. But yeah, unfortunately, I love snow to death, but I could definitely see it going to 1. And in time, like Ed said in his deck profile, I think Curious might actually get banned because that card is broken. Not that it pertains to this list, but you guys read that card? That card's insane. So pretty much as far as 60 cards go, that's pretty much all I'd touch. I mean, you'd have to hit Brilliant Fusion. Don't hit the Plan Engine. I mean, we brick enough with that damn Cobra. Like, Brilliant Fusion, yeah, I could see it going to 1. Snow, I could see it going to 1. Grass to 3, but I don't know if it would honestly happen, but that would be to keep the 60 cards in check, because their main just unfair win condition a lot of times outside of resolving grass is resolving Fairy Tale Snow multiple times in a game. So that's to keep that deck in check. And as far as just like other decks along the spectrum, there's a lot of, there's all the variants of Pendulum Magician. I've already pretty much covered all that. People are saying ban the Zexalock. I mean, no, I just can't really bring myself to do that. But again, these are just my opinions. I mean, there are outs to Zexal. We just made a video on Forbidden Chalice, which is one of the best outs. So definitely not something I'd want to do. But this pretty much covers all the main decks that I'd really want to be kept in check for this format. These are the main decks that are being played. I know there are plenty of other decks. As far as dinosaurs go, now people are saying you should put Tyranno to 1, the Ultimate Conductor. But I mean, you can still summon it. You can still summon it. It's not unsummonable. The only thing you could potentially hit is the pill, but that feels so weird, right? Like hitting the double evolution pill. But I feel like as far as the deck goes, if they really wanted to be mean, they could hit Oviraptor. But I mean, they've already lost Miscellaneousaurus. I mean, are they really going to do it? I personally don't think so. I feel like dinosaurs do their thing, and I mean, I feel we have so many ways to counter them that I feel it would be kind of pointless to, hit any of those cards when they're just a supplemented engine in decks now. They're not even their own deck, I hate to say, unless people are playing pure dinos, which is still really cool, actually. I think pure dinos are dope because the babies are dope, Lost World is dope, etc., etc. But yeah, that pretty much covers all that. And of course, the last thing we all want, free Stratos. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Free Stratos. That's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. I feel that this will be my approach when it comes to the ban list until the ban list is dropped. I feel instead of making a prediction, I'm going to talk about the things I personally feel should happen just based on competitive play from regionals and YCSs. I'm sure I missed some stuff, but again, that's where you guys come in. In the comments below, mention things you think should happen and why they should happen. Cards you want to see banned, cards you want to see back, cards you want to see unlimited for good, cards you want to see that you never want to see again and why. Just let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, my Patreon is down in the description below if you guys want to support the channel. I really do appreciate it. Keeps the channel going strong. And yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be at ARG San Jose or at YCS Memphis. I'm planning to attend both events. I'll keep you guys updated as that goes. But yeah, what do you guys think about the upcoming ban list? Number 1, when are we going to get it? Come on, Kanabi, we're waiting. And number 2, what do you think the best limitations and bans and unlimits could happen on this list to make for a more healthy format in our game? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.